Hello everyone, I am Raundler and you're watching Chelsea vs Manchester United Premier League. This is a PES 21 simulation fully recorded and edited for your entertainment. No third party footage, assets or any other copyrighted material has been used. All content is self-produced for entertainment purpose only.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
So it's down to business here. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Caicedo. James. Palmer. James. Palmer. James. So who's he picking out? Defending of the desperate variety. There's no getting past him. It's really well defended. James. And it's Caicedo. Palmer. James. Caicedo. Fernandes. Going to be pulled back for that one. He's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a save! Terrific reactions! Really well cleared. Maguire, nicely aimed pass. Chalobah cuts it out. Shaw is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. And he is going into that little black book. De Ligt shifted upfield. Succumbs to the pressure. Colwell. Fernandez. Cucurella. And here's Neto. Cucurella. And here's Palmer. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. He can get that clear and claimed it back swiftly. Fernandez. Palmer. João Pedro over to the left. Ugarte. Casemiro. Maguire. Aim forwards. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Shaw chips it through. Cucurella with the clearance. Climbs up big! And that's caused a worry or two.
Casemiro is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Cucurella. Fofana. Fernandez. Cucurella. Fernandez. Martinez. And it's played forward. Spread out to the left. He is just caressing the ball. Crossing. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And it's Casemiro. Ugarte. Casemiro. Ugarte. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro gently done. Shaw. Can he finish? Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Cucurella. Cucurella drives forward on the overlap. Mazraoui gets in to thwart him. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Moved on forwards. Well read, and the danger is averted. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fofana. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fofana forwards and with intent. Fernandez. And here's Palmer. And it's Caicedo. Ugarte with the foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Towards the flank. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Cleared away. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Wins the duel this time. Fofana. Fernandez. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Here's Palmer. Can he deliver? Shot a goal! Matheus Cunha. Out to the right. And it's Mazraoui.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Colwell. Caicedo. That's really well manoeuvred. They played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Caicedo. Palmer. James. Caicedo. Cucurella. Cucurella. Fernandez. Oh, what a Palmer! He scored! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Hoisted in. Palmer. Caicedo. Palmer. That's good defending, very good defending. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Ugarte. Shaw. And it goes cross-field. Mazraoui hurtling down that right flank. And that's aimed into the middle. James. Palmer. Caicedo. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. James. Fernandes. Caicedo. Fernandes. João Pedro. Chalobah. Fofana. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Mazraoui. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. And that's a chance to shoot! James. Caicedo. James. James chooses to go cross-field. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto in acres of space out wide. Clearly not happy with that. That's been won straight back, and it's Bruno Fernandes. João Pedro. Caicedo. Cucurella. Palmer. James. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Fernandes. Oh, good spread. Cross goes in there. Oh, what a climb! He will be livid with himself.
Pedro Neto clearly was a little selfish there, but I don't think it was a bad attempt.
Casemiro.
Manchester United. Well, Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're weighing up their options to see how long they can sustain this and suppress those wide opposition players.
Out to the left it goes. Showing good feet. Matheus Cunha. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Palmer. Cucurella. Now it's Pedro Neto. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Martinez getting this one clear. And it's Fernandes. And here's Neto. That is very well defended. That was very necessary. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Casemiro. Maguire. Mathias Cunha. Good take, and it's chance, surely! Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Cucurella. That's tidy. Pedro Neto. Out for a throw. Ugarte. Mazraoui played over towards the opposite flank. Ugarte. Casemiro. Ugarte. And it's Shaw. Nice control. Mathias Cunha. He's had a shot!
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Fernandes. Caicedo. James. Colwill. Aim forwards. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Mathias Cunha. Shaw. Mathias Cunha. Ugarte. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Foot in. Now who's going to be first to this? James. João Pedro. Cucurella. Fernandes. Played towards the other side. James. And here's Palmer. Shaw does really well to win the ball there. Mathias Cunha. Shaw. Looks to the other side. Mazraoui. Fernandes is fouled. This could spell real trouble. We know he has already been booked. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Oh, Peter, what a lucky boy. A telling off as opposed to a sending off. That's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Mathias Cunha. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Delivered with swing. And they've got rid. And it's Bruno Fernandes. João Pedro. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Palmer looks to get on the end of this. Caicedo. Fernandez. Caicedo. James. And here's Palmer. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Caicedo, back when it goes. Great chance! Wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Shaw. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Lovely feet. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Palmer. James. And it's Palmer. Now this could be a chance. Now it's Palmer. That's a good ball. He's having a shot! Second with style. Again in a trice, and they are soaring.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. Oh, very neat and tidy.
So the lead now is 2.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Shaw delivers. And they've got a throw. And it's Cucurella. Cucurella charging forward down that flank. What a throw in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Casemiro. Martinez. Lisandro Martinez. Shifted upfield. Ooh, can he get onto this? Casemiro. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. That is lovely. Casemiro. Ugarte. Mazraoui. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pedro Neto, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, I think that move petered out due to a lack of urgency. There was no cutting edge.
Played towards the other side. James. And it's Caicedo. Caicedo knocks it out wide. Oh, that's neat. A chance to play it in. Palmer. And across it goes. Lisandro Martinez, gently done. Mazraoui. Ball's played through. Oh, sweet feet. Bruno Fernandes. That's going to go a long way. Mazraoui. Played out to the right. Lovely bit of skill. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. He's in a good position. Shapes to shoot! It's a goal! Right back in the game!
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Manchester United get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Pedro Neto. Oh, this is certainly not boring. What a great game we've got here. Now it's João Pedro. And that has been cleared. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Big chance!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Cucurella. And here's Neto. And it's Fernandes. Over to the left. Fernandes. Caicedo. Shaw with the clearance. Shaw, and he goes cross-field. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Shaw. Casemiro. Pedro Neto. João Pedro. Clipped into space. Palmer. Hit into the middle. Defending of the desperate variety. Palmer. Moved on forwards. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Caicedo. João Pedro. Chance for a shot! And the ball's come loose here.
João Pedro really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Takes a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Mateus Cunha actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Caicedo. Fofana chooses to go cross-field. Palmer. And it's played forward. Brilliantly cut out. Mazraoui. Shaw, played over towards the opposite flank. And it's Mazraoui. Oh, such a clever touch. And the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Lisandro Martinez plays it short. Chalobah forwards and with intent. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto played out to the left flank. Great defending, strong and determined. De Ligt. De Ligt shifted upfield. Ugarte. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Nice physical challenge. James. Colwill. Palmer. Caicedo. Fernandes. Fernandes played out towards the right wing. Now it's Palmer. And it's Fernandes. Caicedo. Palmer. Now it's João Pedro. Bruno Fernandes. Maguire, aim forwards. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Oh, that's nice. Shot! And somehow it stayed out. Colwill, gently done. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. And it's James. Fernandez. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fernandez. Caicedo. João Pedro. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Shaw. And he goes cross-field. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Played out wide. Cucurella. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. João Pedro. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. And that's put paid to a promising move. Matheus Cunha. Played towards the other side. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Chance! It's a loose ball.
Will simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Tries a shot! Oh, that is asking for trouble. Caicedo. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fernandez. And here's Neto. Time to deliver. Fernandez spread out to the left. And here's Fernandez. Pedro Neto with the delivery. Tries to get it clear. Ugarte. De Ligt. Maguire. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Mazraoui. Casemiro. Martinez. Ugarte. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Mazraoui played over towards the opposite flank. Bruno Fernandes. Looking for a decent ball in. That's very neat. Acrobatic effort. It didn't come off, but an audacious effort.
Well, you've got to admire the confidence and the agility. It wasn't too far off either.
James can get it clear. Martinez. Ugarte looking for a runner. Played in by Mazraoui. And he's managed to beat absolutely everyone. Fofana looks to the other side. James. That's a promising run he's making on the right. James. Plenty waiting in the middle. And it's Caicedo. Maguire. Shaw chooses to go cross-field. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Shaw, and he's gone backward here. Can he find the finish? That's a throw. And it's Mazraoui. That's an excellent interception. James. Colwell. Pedro Neto chasing after it. Mazraoui did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Back into the middle. And it cuts out the supply. Fernandes. Cucurella. That'll be a throw. Moved on forwards. No foul, says the referee. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Shaw played over towards the opposite flank. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Casemiro. Fernandes, who does have an assist to his name. James. Matheus Cunha. Beautifully taken.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
He's got away with one there. Palmer with the clearance. And it's played forward. Cucurella. Half an hour played now. That's really well manoeuvred. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Casemiro. Mazraoui. Oh, good take in a good area. Bruno Fernandes. Fofana gets it clear. Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. particular approach does pay off here. Bruno Fernandes. Can he finish? Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. James looks to the other side. Pedro Neto. Caicedo. Real chance!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Bruno Fernandes, aim forwards. Out to the left it goes. Shaw. Oh, it's played into the area. Oh, that's not going to find its target. Fofana. Pedro Neto does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Mazraoui gets over and intercepts. Pedro Neto. Applies the finish! No, he's missed it.
They're probably getting frustrated by the lack of chances, I suppose.
Lisandro Martinez, forwards and with intent. Mazraoui tries making a foray down the right. Fired deep towards the back post. Fernandes. Chalobah shifted upfield. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Shaw. Ugarte. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Caicedo. Fernandes, gently done. Mazraoui. Playing cross-field, changing the point of attack. Matheus Cunha. Proves too strong. Fernandes has given away a free kick. Oh, that's disappointing. It's anyone's ball now. And it's Shaw. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Cleared without complication. Shaw. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down! Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And now he has two. This has become one superb game of football.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
James. That's good play. And the cross comes in. It's a mighty effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Casemiro. Mazraoui, and he goes cross-field. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Over to the left. And that has been knocked clear. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Caicedo. And it's Caicedo. Out towards the flank. That has found him in acres of space. And he's there to get it away. And reclaimed it in a trice. Caicedo. Plays it out wide. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Moved on forwards. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Cucurella. Fofana. Cucurella. Cucurella. Fernandes. And it's played forward. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Fernandes played out to the left flank. A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. And it's Mazraoui. Mazraoui. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. João Pedro. Nice physical challenge. Mazraoui. Played towards the other side. Not the most accurate pass. And that is as far as they're going to go. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's caught him in or out. The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Going for goal! And it's been taken short. There are a few waiting for it. James. Palmer. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Ugarte. Shaw chooses to go cross-field. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Fofana gets rid without sophistication. Mazraoui. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Spread out to the left. Cucurella. Chalobah gently done. Palmer. Caicedo. Fernandes. Moved on forwards. Caicedo have it back and can go again. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Maguire played over towards the opposite flank. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Casemiro. Plays it across. Nice interception, well timed. Fofana. Fernandes. Caicedo. And it's Mazraoui. Very nicely done. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. This looks... Goes for a shot! Ugarte. Out to the left it goes. Now what about this cross? Too much on that, it's gone out. Palmer. Caicedo. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Maguire. Matheus Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. Plenty waiting in the middle. And it's Casemiro. This time, surely! No way through, so back it comes. Out to the right. Mazraoui. Oh, smashing header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Fofana, and it goes cross-field. Caicedo. Palmer. James knocks it out wide. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Gets it away. Now it's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto with the delivery. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Decent chance! Mazraoui. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, played through for the wide man. Well, that's well seen too. He's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Shaw. Fernandes. And here's Neto. Ugarte. Shaw looks to the other side. Mazraoui. Casemiro. Matheus Cunha. Pedro Neto forwards and with intent. Caicedo. That's really well manoeuvred. Palmer, and he's onside. Pedro Neto. João Pedro. James. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Oh, nice touch. Fernandes. Caicedo. João Pedro wins the duel this time. Bruno Fernandes. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Mazraoui. And he goes cross-field. Ugarte. Ugarte shifted upfield. Over to the left. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fofana. Pedro Neto. It's gone for a throw-in. Now then, the ball's come loose. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Oh, what a line! And that has been clubbed away. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. And it's Pug. Caicedo. That is a brilliant interception. Shaw. Played over towards the opposite flank. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Mazraoui. 4 extra minutes added on. Ugarte. There's the shot! Caicedo. James chooses to go cross-field. Pedro Neto. And it's Fernandes. João Pedro. And the shot. Oh, shooting chance! He'll try to keep this alive. Deftly away. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Caicedo. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Oh, cracking. And a chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, it was a brilliant touch to set himself up. Just a shame that the finish let him down.
Fofana aim forwards. Colwell. João Pedro. The final seconds now. Palmer. James looking to run onto it. Pedro Neto. This has gone, that's foul. Now then, what's happening here? He is already on a yellow.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Yeah, and he's dodged a big one there. He has to be squeaky clean from here.
He's had a crack. Climbs up big. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Maguire, gently done. Bruno Fernandes. And he shoots!
Well, that is rather wayward. How about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish imperfection.
Palmer. James. Colwell. That's really well manoeuvred. As Raoui cuts out the pass. Pedro Neto. Great work on the overlap. Overhits and out of play. Moved on forwards. Bruno Fernandes chasing after it. Fernandes. Caicedo. Caicedo shifted upfield. Casemiro. Mathias Cunha. Playing cross-field, changing the point of attack. Fofana. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto goes on a charge down the left. It's Caicedo. Now it's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Time to deliver. Caicedo's cross. Ugarte forwards and with intent. Great defending, strong and determined. Colwell. They get a throw in. Bruno Fernandes. And there's the shot! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
He overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
And it's played forward. Palmer. down the left. He whips in across.
It was hopeful to say the least. You need more men inside the box, more movement, otherwise it's...
Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Played towards the other side. Shaw. Matheus Cunha.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Colwill. Caicedo. Palmer. João Pedro. He's had a shot!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it. Maguire.
Shaw chooses to go cross-field. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Bruno Fernandes! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Manchester United really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
He's offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, it's come loose. Mazraoui. Casemiro. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Great run on the overlap here. Ugarte. Shaw. Great defending, strong and determined. Palmer did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, great run, magical! And it's Caicedo. Played out to the right. He has a look. Shoots! Can he stop it going out? Bruno Fernandes. That's really well manoeuvred. Mazraoui. Played into the middle. Tries to get it clear. Palmer. And it's Caicedo. Fernandes. Casemiro wins the duel this time. And here's Neto. Caicedo. Cucurella crosses. Fernandes spread out to the left. De Ligt gets it away. Now it's Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Oh, shooting chance! Danger averted for now. Approach does pay off here. Now it's João Pedro. Maguire. Martinez. Casemiro. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Lovely bit of skill. Ugarte. Casemiro caresses it through. Caicedo getting this one clear. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. James did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
Shaw. Ugarte. Shaw. Casemiro. Oh, this is a great position. Chalobah gets good distance on it. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha, decent chance! Pedro Neto. João Pedro. Caicedo. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Casemiro. Chalobah. Caicedo. João Pedro. Palmer. James. Palmer. That's surely a foul, free kick. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Pedro Neto. Aimed in towards the centre. Matheus Cunha. Solid defending, refused to be out-muscled. James. Colwill. Caicedo. Fernandes. Cucurella. Played in with purpose. Bruno Fernandes. Nasraoui. Shaw. Ugarte. Shaw. Casemiro. Matheus Cunha. Casemiro. Played out wide. Nasraoui played with finesse. Colwill gets it away. Colwill attempts a clearance. And it's Shaw. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Palmer. Colwill. Palmer. Ooh, can he get onto this? James. Palmer. And that's a throw-in. Matheus Cunha. Shaw, and he goes cross-field. Matheus Cunha. Hefty challenge, but fair enough. They're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. João Pedro. James. Palmer. James. Colwill shifted upfield. Well timed, excellent interception. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Matheus Cunha. Mazraoui. And it's Bruno Fernandes. It's a threatening ball. Big chance! Oh, it's come loose. Can he deliver? He can get that clear. And that's been won straight back. De Ligt, aim forwards. Bruno Fernandes. Palmer. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Out to the left it goes. Cross deflected behind for a corner. And it's hoisted clear. And it's Shaw. Martinez. Casemiro. He's cut it out. Pedro Neto. James. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Matheus Cunha. Mazraoui. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Palmer. James. Palmer. James. James. Played over towards the opposite flank. Fernandes. And it's Palmer. Palmer. Oh, good spread. So who's he picking out? Tries to get it clear. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Lovely feet. Succumbs to the pressure. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Palmer! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Palmer is offering a wry smile there. Maguire.
Shaw. Casemiro. That's very disappointing, it has to be said. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. João Pedro. James, played into the box. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Caicedo. Palmer. James. Palmer. Caicedo. Casemiro with a definite foul there. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card and he walks. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Cleared away. Fernandez. And here's Neto. Cucurella. Now it's Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Hidden chance! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
João Pedro brilliantly anticipated the delivery, and he'll be annoyed it didn't lead to more.
Colwell. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. It's run loose here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Caicedo. Palmer. James. James carries the ball down the right. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Fofana. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto going full steam ahead down the left flank. And he shoots!
Caicedo just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Shaw. Mazraoui. Muscular approach does pay off here. Cucurella. Strong running down that left flank. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto with the delivery. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Martinez. Mazraoui. Looks to the other side. And claimed it back swiftly. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. He is through here. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Nasraoui. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Nice control. Fernandes forwards and with intent. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. James. Palmer. Some good work on the right flank here. That'll be a throw-in. Martinez. And it's played forward. Lisandro Martinez chooses to go cross-field. João Pedro. Fernandes. Cucurella. Fofana shifted upfield. Colwill. Caicedo. Now it's João Pedro. Oh, delicate chip through. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Here's a chance! Lisandro Martinez with the short one. Pedro Neto. Chalobah. Palmer. James. Moved on forwards. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Ugarte. Shaw. Head over towards the opposite flank. James. Played towards the other side. Pedro Neto. Crossed into the middle. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Matheus Cunha. Maguire. Shaw. And it goes cross-field. There's Rawi. That's good play. Bruno Fernandes. Out to the left it goes. That has been cut short. Maguire. And it's Shaw. Oh, such a clever touch. Shaw, delicate ball, and it needs to be.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
That's a cute ball. And that has been cleared. And that is a little undercooked. Shaw. Bugatti. Mazraoui. He is just caressing the ball. Delivered in. Colwell tries to clear. João Pedro. Out to the right. Caicedo. James, gently done. Palmer. That's a nicely weighted pass. Crosses it in here. Mazraoui clears it away. Bugatti. Mathias Cunha. Maguire. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Now it's João Pedro. Looking here to chip it through. Cleared away. And it's corner. They've played it short. In by James. Couldn't quite get enough on that.
There's some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Palmer. Here's Fernandez. That's really well manoeuvred. Good running, strong and purposeful. Good run through the middle, but he needs support. Mathias Cunha. Chance for a shot! Well, the ball's come loose here. Danger averted for now. And it's Shaw. Mathias Cunha. Fernandez does really well to win the ball there. Pedro Neto. Oh, red, nice interception. James. Palmer. James. Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes. Mathias Cunha. Over to the left. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Tries a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Mathias Cunha really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Out of play for a goal kick. Palmer. João Pedro. Can he finish? João Pedro. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. And it's Cucurella. Fofana. Fernandez. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Caicedo, played out towards the right wing. And he's there to get it away. And reclaimed it in a trice. Chalobah. Now it's João Pedro. Mathias Cunha.
João Pedro really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Mathias Cunha. Shaw. Looks to the other side. Mazraoui. Ugarte. Shaw. In with the challenge. Fernandez. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Now it's João Pedro. Nice physical challenge. Driving on and making good progress. Tries to think it through. Mazraoui. That's very neat. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Fernandez with a fine tackle. And it's Mazraoui. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. João Pedro. Spread out to the left. Pedro Neto. Lisandro Martinez tries to clear. Aim forwards. Manchester United getting a lot of touches here, but they're not making much progress. Martinez. Lisandro Martinez. Gently done. Well, that is not the best ball. And he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Very nicely done. And it's Cucurella. Cucurella is having a shot! No, not this time.
Manchester United, well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Maguire. Played towards the other side. Mazraoui looks to get on the end of this. Mazraoui. That is lovely. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Moved on forwards. Out to the left it goes. Now it's João Pedro. Maguire. Proves too strong. James. There will be a throw-in. And a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. De Ligt. Played out to the right. Oh, sweet feet. A chance to play it in. That's tidy. Played in by Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Showing good feet. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, easy pickings there. Ball is over the line. João Pedro. And here's Palmer. Oh, nice touch. That was very necessary. That's a throw. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Maguire, played over towards the opposite flank. Cucurella. Fofana, and it's played forward. Bruno Fernandes. Mathias Cunha. Shaw chooses to go cross-field. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Palmer. Caicedo. That's an imaginative pass. Palmer. It'll be a throw-in. And he's managed to gift it back. Mathias Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. Shaw. And he goes cross-field. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Shapes to shoot! Pedro Neto. João Pedro. And the pass is intercepted. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Maguire, forwards and with intent. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And he thumps it clear. He has found a way through. Cucurella. He's in plenty of space here. Very nicely done. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Martinez. Ugarte. Shaw. Just about up to 75 minutes. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Mazraoui. That's going to go a long way. Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. Sanchez sends that a long way. Fernandes played out towards the right wing. James. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And it's hoisted clear. And here's Neto. That's tidy. And it's Fernandes. And here's Neto. Fernandes. And here's Neto. Now it's Pedro Neto. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. Punched away. Oh, that's neat. Caicedo. Palmer. And again! A real chance and a real let-off. Fernandez. And here's Neto. Mazraoui. Mazraoui played over towards the opposite flank. Shaw shifted upfield. And it's Bruno Fernandes. A lot of space ahead of him.
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Martinez. Manchester United desperately searching for the winner here. Bruno Fernandes.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
James. And it's played forward. Great defending, strong and determined.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Shaw, now he's off and running. Maguire. Matheus Cunha. Martinez. Looks to the other side. Ugarte. Aim forwards. There are a few waiting for it. James wins the duel this time. João Pedro. Now it's Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Matheus Cunha. Ugarte forwards and with intent. Shaw picks it up now.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Pedro Neto. That's a good run down the left. And it's Caicedo. Caicedo played out to the left flank. Gets it away.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Martinez. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. It's a mighty effort!
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Pedro Neto. Cucurella. And here's Neto. Now it's João Pedro.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. That's an Excellent interception.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Caicedo. And it's Cucurella. Cross goes in there.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Matheus Cunha gets himself into trouble and he's lost it.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And here's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, they could be caught out here. And it's Ugarte. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Oh, he's got a sight of goal.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Matheus Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Palmer. Fernandes. Fernandes, gently done. Ugarte. Played towards the other side. Mazraoui. Mazraoui charging forward down that flank. Out of play for a throw. Plenty waiting in the middle. Matheus Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Up he goes! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
James. It's gone out for a throw-in. Referee's given a throw. Fernandes moved on forwards. De Ligt can get it clear.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, Good spread. And it's Bruno Fernandes.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Pedro Neto. Martinez. Ugarte. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Short changes him with that pass. James is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And it's Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Oh, that's a booking. Always looked it. Colwell. Palmer does really well to win the ball there. João Pedro. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Cucurella. Wins the duel this time.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Ugarte. And it's played forward. Mazraoui, now he's off and running. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Over to the left. He's in a great position here. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Herring after the ball here. Could be danger here. So who's he picking out? Now it's Matheus Cunha. Spread out to the left. Shaw with the cross.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Fofana forwards and with intent. Matheus Cunha goes for the shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish. That's the throw. Out to the left it goes. Played into the middle. Chalobah is there and he can get that clear. And it's Ugarte. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Ugarte has got himself a free kick. Oh, look at the space here. Cucurella, gently done.
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Tries a measured ball. Lisandro Martinez gets it away.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He's for goal! Oh, that's a waste.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Mazraoui. Lovely feet. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Fernandes.
Pedro Neto. Well, what we're witnessing now just goes against the grain. They're not going to get back into the game like this.
Pedro Neto. De Ligt makes the interception.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And it's Bruno goes for goal!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Cleared away. Final seconds, this has to be it. James getting this one clear. And that's aimed into the middle. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Nicely intercepted. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Caicedo. And that's a throw-in. Ugarte. It is now or never. Time is against them. Now then, the ball's come loose.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Pedro Neto. Nice defending, physical and effective.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
James. Palmer. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fernandes. Now it's João Pedro.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Lisandro Martinez chooses to go cross-field. Maguire. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Calmly anticipates.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Great defending, strong and determined. Pedro Neto providing an outlet on that flank.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Ugarte shifted upfield. Fofana, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Fernandes. João Pedro. He's had a shot! And for sure, that was not one of his best. Ugarte. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And the keeper beats it away. Nice control. Ball comes in. Chooses to go back. And it's Ugarte. Caicedo does really well to win the ball there. Nice physical challenge. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Matheus Cunha. James gets it clear. Shaw. Spread out to the left. Shaw delivers. And it's hoisted clear. It is now or never. Time is against them. And the ball's come loose here. Good challenge. Excellent challenge.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Played towards the other side. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui, now here's the delivery. Up towards the flank. Ugarte.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Cucurella. Matheus Cunha. Manchester United. Matheus Cunha! And for a moment, time stood still. Caicedo. That's really well manoeuvred. Palmer. João Pedro. Out to the right. Oh, it's come loose. Cucurella. They are right into last chance territory. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Maguire. Shaw. That'll be a throw-in. Ugarte. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United have to get it into the box and quickly. He's got away. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Pedro Neto. Good play on the left-hand side here. Fernandes. James. Palmer. Tries a deft little ball. And that pass just didn't quite work. Lisandro Martinez looks to the other side. Shaw. Ugarte. De Ligt, aim forwards. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. James gets across to intercept that. Palmer. Colwill. Chalobah, gently done. James. Chalobah played out towards the right wing. shot!
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Now it's João Pedro. Muscular approach does pay off here. Martinez. Calmly anticipates. Fernandez. Colwell. Moved on forwards. Cucurella. He's in plenty of space here. Pedro Neto. And it's Cucurella. Fernandez. It is now or never. Time is against them. He's being urged to shoot. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Played out to the right. Mazraoui puts them all in. Chalobah is there and he can get that clear. Pedro Neto. And it's Cucurella. Proves too strong. Mazraoui forwards and with intent. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Ugarte. Shaw. Matheus Cunha succumbs to the pressure. Whistle's gone and they've got themselves a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, he's asking for trouble, Peter, and with this urge to nibble away, I think the ref is spelling it out for him now.
He's having a go. João Pedro. Pedro Neto. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And it's Bruno Fernandes. It really is now or never. They need a goal, however it comes. Palmer. Pedro Neto. Caicedo. Fofana. Fernandes. Cucurella. Fernandes. Caicedo. João Pedro. Palmer. Palmer puts a cross in. Palmer. Caicedo. James. Chalobah. Fernandes. That's really well manoeuvred. Muscular approach does pay off here. And the referee brings it to a close. What a game. A contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. What are your thoughts on